Hello, friends. I hope this finds you well. As part of our community, we were asked to bring our own expression of joy to the world and to you all. And I'm so grateful that you're taking the time to watch this video. What is joy? I think everyone has their own definition and their own relationship with joy. It wasn't until recently that I found out that I had a really dysfunctional relationship with joy. I never was taught how to process, embrace, you know, I just never knew what joy was. I never could define it in my life. I never could define how it meant to me. Now I define it as that feeling you get when your heart just seems to burst open and like your heart energy just shines through. And it's that feeling, that euphoria when that moment happens. And that can come in little snippets. I think we see joy as, oh, having everything we need and want. We see joy as the ultimate goal. We don't always necessarily see joy in the moment. And I really challenge you to every day to find something that gives you joy. For me, it could be the perfect cup of tea, the feeling of going outside in the fall and crunching leaves with my feet and giggling like a child. That it just fills me with the ultimate joy. It could be spending time with friends. It could be, gosh, having deep, loving, soulful conversations with people of like heart and like mind. For me, joy also comes from helping others see their light. Joy is the cornerstone of my work. When I can facilitate someone experiencing joy, experiencing their own light, experiencing their own power, and how beautiful they are, it brings me a sense of joy to see that happen, to see people find ways to own who they are and their beauty and their light. One thing I think we forget about joy is joy can also be a tool. What do I mean by a tool? I mean, life is never like, we're never just happy and we're never just sad or upset. There's highs, lows, ebbs, flows. And I think in every moment, joy reminds us of that flow. If you're struggling through a hard time, or you're having trouble with a certain area of your life, or you're in the process of growth and you're working through some heavy things and trauma and some mental health things, whether it's depression, whether it's anxiety, sadness, we can use the idea of joy as a way to help us cope with all of life. It is a way to remind us of the energy and what is in our heart, and the energy and the love and that feeling of safety and hope into the world. It's such a useful tool to use to navigate through some of the harder times. And how do we use it? Really, how do we use joy? We can use joy by knowing what gives us joy. That would be step one, I would say. Explore what joy means to you. Is it, you know, going out with friends? Is it, having a moment to yourself, drinking your morning coffee? Is it, what does joy mean to you? Is it visiting grandchildren or children? Is it calling your bestie and having fun conversations that are ridiculous and funny and you laugh? What is that? What is joy for you? And that would be the first step. And the ultimate step, I think, the biggest step out of the whole process is, what does joy mean? And when you know what that is, in these moments of difficulty, of sadness, of stress, go to that joy, seek it, know that that's a way for you to maneuver through a hard time. It's super, super useful. It's one of the best tools we have. And for me, joy comes from so many facets. It's not just good things. It's not just like, oh, fuzzy bunnies. It's a lot of times the joy is maneuvering through an epiphany, maneuvering through some of the growth and the trauma and some of the harder things that when we're examining ourselves and examining our lives, that it's joyful to get to the other side. It's joyful to maneuver through that and to feel like, oh, I have understanding. I can have compassion for myself. I can have clarity. So joy has, as I said, many facets. And for me, joy is one of my lifelines to help me maneuver clients through their own stress, their own trauma, helping myself move through my own processes, because we're all processing. No matter who we are or what we do, everybody is still in process. So I encourage you to find out what gives you joy. Go outside. If it's winter where you're at, go play in the snow. Make a snowball, make a snowman. Just feel the snow in your hands and feel the wonder of what Earth is, of what Mother Nature is, and then find the joy in that. Find the joy that links your heart to Mother Nature. Just go be within yourself, be within your environment, and find the things that bring you joy. I guarantee when you begin to build that relationship, you're going to find it very useful. You're going to find it like one of the most essential tools and the essential feelings that you will bring forth into your processes and life. Thank you for taking a moment to listen to this video. I truly am grateful for you, and drop me a comment. Tell me what does bring you joy. Share it with friends. Share our platform, our pages with friends so that we can all experience joy together. So everyone can find their own facet of what joy means to them. Thank you. Take care. Lots of love.